welcome back to our live coverage from the BP Adelaide Grand Final. It's wonderful to have the international contingent here in town with us this weekend. Welcome Leigh Diffey, welcome Jesse Love. We're hoping Austin Cindric can join us a little later. I know he's stuck in debrief at Tickford Racing after a really busy morning this morning in practice. I know you've been qualifying earlier today, but welcome back to Australia. We were just saying, Leigh, you actually haven't been back for a couple of years and you're here as an official ambassador for the event. Just tell me what you think of the whole thing. I mean, you've been part of the fabric of supercars back in the day. I'm sure there's still lots of familiar faces for you here.
There are. It's lovely to be back. Lovely to see you. Great to have Jesse with us here as well. I first got to call this the inaugural event back in 1999 and then did another couple in 05 and 06. So to see how much it has grown into truly a world-class event is amazing. Makes me feel very proud. Proud to be here thanks to the South Australian Motorsports Board. And I think the way that this event continues to grow is very emblematic of supercars and how supercars continues to grow. And the fact that Austin and Jesse are here reflects the international notoriety of the series. So it's fantastic.
Jesse, welcome. I know that you've had a really busy time just wrapping your head around the Dunlop Super 2 Series. You had qualifying earlier today. Just give us a debrief on what this experience has been like so far.
It's been unbelievable. I mean, for starters, we're doing this interview, there's drag cars going around. When I walk back to my garage area, there's Supercross going on, and then I can throw a football over to the sprint car track. So this is an event unlike anything I've ever experienced. I've never raced really outside of the U.S. with the exception of Mexico this year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So, man, it's been unreal. It's been so hard, so difficult, but I've learned just so much. I have a whole new perspective of road racing, of racing against this caliber of road racer and driver, and it's unreal. I'm having so much fun. And yes, it's hard, and I was about to go for a wreck there, but it's been a great time.
Tell me a little bit about your impressions of the circuit, where the challenges lie, and what your approach is this weekend.
Yeah, it's a good question. Honestly, I haven't found one corner yet that's easy. Even the one like the staircase section, it seems like kind of a cookie cutter corner, like a flowy section. And that's been honestly a place where most of my time has been this weekend. So yeah, qualifying, when you're putting the car, you have no choice but to put it on the limit. I see it got a little tire barrier there. Everything is so hard. There's not one corner where you can just take off and relax. Every corner is on the limit, and I've just had so much fun.
I think something really important that should be acknowledged is that this young man just won the Xfinity Series Championship in a massive pressure cooker situation up against Connor Zilic, who everybody expected to win. So this kind of a situation here, he could be sitting back in North Carolina. It's Thanksgiving today in America, and he could be just resting back and saying, I'm the champ, but he's challenging himself to take something. We saw each other yesterday afternoon, and I said, have you learned anything yet? He said, I could go home now, and I'm all the more better for coming to the Adelaide, the BP Grand Final. So it's been great already.
Congratulations on winning the championship this year. You probably got a bit of advice for some of the guys that are in the Grand Final situation this weekend that are facing similar pressure that you did this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, when you have a winner-take-all format, even like this one is, even though there's a couple races, from what I understand, it's so difficult. It's so hard, and there's so much pressure on your shoulders. And again, these guys are all professionals, right? So they're all going to manage it the right way. You know, Brock Feeney has actually helped me quite a bit leading up to this event, and just kind of debriefing with him yesterday. Those guys are so helpful to me. So yeah, I'm pulling for Brock. Hope he can get it done, but. Like I said, there's no room for error here because it's a concrete wall street course. Yep. You put that, and then all the stress and the pressure. It's a perfect little pressure cooker for sure.
It's so wonderful to have you here, and I guess it worked the other way. And Leigh, you would be really pivotal in explaining the story in terms of that transference with guys like Shane Van Gisbergen and Scott McLaughlin, who are our exports along with you. You're one of our greatest exports in motorsport. I guess what people know about our racing scene here over in America, you'll be able to go back and give them a really good indication as to what the level is like here. But what's the reaction been to those guys that have made the transference over there?
Well, what happened was, if you go back to 2005, 2006, when Marcus Ambrose first went, started off in trucks, there was a little bit of an inkling of an understanding. I mean, you could even go back many decades before when Dick Johnson went over and raced, but start off with Marcus in the mid-2000s. And then there was a little bit of a lull or a little bit of an understanding, right? So then Scotty McLaughlin goes over, increases the knowledge a little bit, but with SVG, with Shane Van Gisbergen, it just exploded people's knowledge and awareness. And then with more of the cameo roles, with Cam Waters, Brody Kostecki, the list goes on, then everyone's awareness, and, what are you, 20? Yeah. So, when did you first become aware of supercars?
When Shane Van Gisbergen.
There you go.
I was taking probably 3 to go. I was leading the Chicago street race, and I couldn't even see Shane in my mirror. I was like, I've won it. We're good. Here we come. And then it was like 30 back, 20 back, 15 back, and I'm like, where is it? I don't even know, where is he? And next thing you know, he's on your inside doing some crazy pass. So me and Shane have become really good friends. He's also been able to really help me leading into this event. So cheers to Shane. I'm sure he's watching this weekend. And like you said, he's been, those guys from over here bring the level up and honestly change our whole perspective of the new limit of road racing. So hopefully I can come back and have a new perspective as well.
Jess, it's the intrigue factor, right?
Okay.
It's like, who is this guy? Where has he come from? And why is he this good?
Yeah.
Now that starts, as Jesse mentioned, on the road course and street course racing, but now Shane has really started to turn the corner, pardon the pun, on the ovals.
Yeah.
And you remember earlier this year, Kyle Larson said, if SVG learns the ovals, how to race the ovals, we're all in trouble. Well, we're starting to see that because he had a succession of top 15 finishes. And while that might not sound all that fantastic, it is.
Absolutely.
With nearly a 40-car field.
Yeah.
So Shane has been, I don't want to say an accidental ambassador, but that's the way it's happened. Because just through the way he carries himself, the way he's raced, the way he goes in very respectfully to a totally new category that he doesn't know didn't know anything about as far as from the driving perspective. Now he knows a lot. The road course prowess, street course prowess, it's an amazing story that's had an impact on champions like Jesse. So it's terrific. It just keeps getting better.
Yeah, they've really created a new pathway for Australian and New Zealand racers that has made it really real for everyone. And conversely, I hope it's the same way. Would you come back and do more cameo roles here in Dunlop Super 2, potentially Supercars? Could you see yourself or anyone else perhaps looking to pursue a full-time career down under?
I'm sure that there is 25 Cup Xfinity and truck drivers watching this weekend that want to be what I'm doing this weekend. So I'm sure that now that I've finally done it, and I'm probably one of the first guys to come over and do it, that there's going to be kind of a flood of NASCAR guys wanting to come over here and do it now they know it's possible. So absolutely, I want to come back. Part of the reason that I'm a little bit frustrated this weekend is I had some expectations, right? And expectations can ruin it, right? But I want to, keep doing this so I can get a chance in the main game and really start learning even more. So it's probably going to take me a couple outings in the Super 2 to really get to the level that I want to be at before I come over here. Like, I'm very aware of the skill of all these guys and all the drivers, and I'm not going to come in and say, oh, I want to go straight to the main game. Like, I understand the level of talent and expertise these guys have is unlike anything I even expected coming into it. I thought I knew coming into this event what it was going to be like, and honestly, it's kind of blown my expectations out of the water.
I think there's this really nice, I hate using this word, but organic flow between NASCAR and Supercars. It's kind of a brick wall between Formula One and IndyCar, whereas the cars are closer between NASCAR and Supercars than ever before. And I think there's this natural coming together and, convergence almost, where through the drivers coming here, our drivers going there, there's an understanding and there's a mutual respect, and I'd say embrace it and encourage it.
And I think it goes beyond that too in terms of the engineering that happens too. I know for a lot of the guys that have gone over to have a bit of a foray in NASCAR and the Xfinity Cup, they've been able to take their race engineers who've learnt heaps, and I'm sure there'll be some opportunity for your team members to come over and get a feel for all of this too. Quickly before I let you go, did anyone forewarn you about Turn 8? Has that lived up to expectation?
So here's my Turn 8 story. In NASCAR, we're used to 4 gears, right? And you get to the 4th gear, and then the car kind of levels off, and you stop accelerating. That's a big shunt. Well, my first time going into Turn 8, and you can't really tell on TV, but the walls kind of funnel in, so you feel like you're going into a tunnel. Well, I grab my 6th gear, and I'm still accelerating, and I'm like, oh my God, please stop accelerating, stop. And I finally get to the corner and brake, and I couldn't believe that. And honestly, the first time in quite a while that I've honestly been somewhat scared going into a corner. and it's probably the most intimidating corner I've ever experienced.
Wow. Well, this is a real indication of how bad it can be and
Yeah, you guys
really
can turn it off now. Thank
where
God.
it could go wrong.
That's worse than a Darlington stripe.
That's a big one.
Well, it's been wonderful to catch up with you. All the very best, Jesse. It's lovely to have you
Thank
home.
you.
I hope you really enjoy the event this year, and we look forward to heading over to the States perhaps and catching up with you there.
That'd be
Enjoy the
great.
weekend.
That'd be great. Thank
All
you.
right.